Good afternoon and welcome to the 30th Annual Grand Prix Formula One Racing Circuit here in beautiful Bay City. From this shore, we'll manifest the winner of that 30th Annual Grand Prix of Powerboat Racing. What right now is just calm water behind me. As the weekend rolls, will become rough, tumble, and choppy water as the waves reverb off of the seawall and go back onto the course, causing a tough double chop that the drivers both fear and respect greatly. We're going to take a few minutes, get a chance to meet a few of the drivers and a few of the organizers as we go through this wonderful 30th Annual Grand Prix of Powerboat Racing Special right here on BCTV. Usually this guy's wearing another hat. He's on the official side of things, but he has been offered the opportunity for the first time since 2013 to step back into one of Jose Mandana Jr.'s craft. Brian Benton, welcome.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Jeff. Colin.
Now, when you got this opportunity from Jose, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
Well, it was like, I've waited long enough for it, but it was very nice. I was very humbled by it. I'm blessed to have good friends in the boat racing community, and ultimately, the reason of having this opportunity, his brother had a crash there in LaPorte, Indiana a couple weeks ago, and he's not ready enough to run this race. So I got the call last week, say you want to come in and drive it out and see what you can do, and I took it at the chance.
Now, you've got some great local sponsorship that you've had here for many years. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, Menendez Enterprises always had the Nut House, the NHYC Nut House guys, and they've been fantastic. Always, every year, really supported the two teams that they've had out here, and it's been really great to have that local support when we're here in Bay City.
Now, you're going to get an opportunity at 3 o'clock this afternoon to get out and try this river out. Have you raced on this river before?
Yes, raced many times on the river. I had a couple podiums here back in the day. I think it was 2012, 2011. So, I have some high expectations, but I haven't been in a boat for about 4 years. So I'd like to get out there and maybe shake off the rust a little bit and see if I still got it. And if so, then look out, guys.
Now, if you and Jose are both on the podium, who gets to stand on the top?
Well, of course, the owner gets to stand on the top.
So 1 and 1A would still be a beautiful weekend.
Yes, it would be. It'd be a fantastic weekend.
Well, we wish you continued success with both of your ventures in powerboat racing. It's a pleasure spending a minute with you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We'll be back as the special rolls on here on BCTV. Back here at the Grand Prix in Bay City with Brent Dillard. And Brent, you've kind of had an action-packed season. A couple of weeks ago in LaPorte had a little bit of a mishap, but I'll tell you, it's miraculous the way your boat's gotten back in one piece.
Oh yeah, we had a little wreck there, damaged the boat a little bit, and sent the boat to Paul Troyling, and he's fixed it, and good job, and I'm looking forward to racing this weekend.
Now, last week you had a little flashback as you stepped into your brand new 45 boat, and we're down and had a little bit of fun in Nashville. Talk about that.
Oh yeah, I bought the 45 just to have some fun, and I heard it will make you a better Formula One driver, and I've ran every other OPC class but 45, so I figured I would do it. So I bought the boat and went down there, and it's a great boat. I got it from Jacobson. Hayden Jacobson used to race it, and it was race ready. It ran very well, but it is a challenge. It's a whole new experience. It drives a little different. Got to be more finesse with it. And so it's just a new challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
This weekend, the waters look really calm right now, but you've been here a couple of times. You know what's going to happen once 50 laps of feature racing start.
Oh yeah, with these concrete walls on the side, it gets pretty choppy out there. But we have some really good boats for rough water, these DACs, and with Brendan power behind there with the new motors, it's gonna be interesting. We should be good here.
Testing this afternoon will be very important. The water levels are high, but I think that it should be some fun racing. Maybe the fact that they're so high, maybe there'll be less reverb off of the walls.
Yeah, it could. We have no idea yet. I've never seen it this high, so it's gonna definitely play a factor in the race, and we'll just have to test and see how it does.
Well, we know it's going to be fun. It's always a pleasure to watch this orange and blue 80 fly around the course, so best of luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Back Back here at the pre-race special here for the Grand Prix in Bay City. I am with Greg Foster, and Greg, a few weeks ago down in LaPorte, you had a lightning fast boat. You made no mistakes and you came away on the top of the podium.
Yeah, it was nice. A little better than last year where we ended up fourth, but we got the boat running really good and got the right props and the right combination now, and seems to be running good.
Now in LaPorte, to be the best, you have to beat the best. And you had somebody in your rear view mirror for the entirety of the race.
Yeah, Terry was on my tail the whole time, and I don't know how I did it, but I jumped him off the start in a couple of the races, and you know, I just had enough just to keep in front of him and keep going.
Now last week you had a little trouble with your boat, ended up starting from the back of the pack, got all the way through to, I believe, 7th place. They stopped the race after 15.
Yep.
Probably nobody more so than yourself a little disappointed we couldn't get the full 30 in.
No, it was disappointing because I had worked myself all the way through the traffic, and I think that last 15 laps that we were going to probably do, it would have been good. I think we would have been right up front and maybe contending for the lead.
Probably around the same number of boats this weekend, 18 or 19, but a little bigger course to deal with, and that should make getting around we call them back marker boats, but they are the lapped boats.
Yeah.
To give you a little room to make your line.
Well, and here it gets really rough too. It's got long straightaways, it gets rough at the launch ramp area. This boat really loves the rough water here, so it's advantageous to us to run really well here.
Are you going to get out and be able to test this afternoon?
Yeah, I believe we're testing at 3 o'clock.
Wish you nothing but continued success. Always a pleasure to spend a minute with you, Greg.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Can't have the weekend start without a great time with Tammy Wolf. Welcome.
Thank you. It was a quick little drive today, only 5 hours.
You know, isn't that amazing? When I went down to Nashville last week and had almost 10, it gave me kind of a renewed love of what you people face when you have 15 and 20-hour drives. So when you call this a home race with only 5 hours, that's a beautiful trip.
I know, it was great. We started out the season, of course, in Florida, 23 hours. Then in Texas, 24 hours. A little bit less, only 13 hours in Nashville. And now, hometown race, only 5 hours away.
Now, where do you call home, Tammy?
We are right outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So we're making this an international event here in Bay City.
Well, it is always fun. Now, talk a little bit about the boat. I know this boat is fuchsia in the shade, but it's pink in the sun. Am I finally learning?
There we go. There we go. What you don't know is Jeff called my boat last year that was wrapped in a different color, red, and it made me red with anger. So this is a beautifully fierce fuchsia, as we call it. Now this is a Baba race boat, one of a few in North America. There are now 3 as of this year. I was the first to bring one into North America. This will be her 6th race, and this is made in right outside of Milan, Italy. So we're kind of raring to go here at the Roar.
Now you're blessed with a great sponsor also for boat racing.
Absolutely, I have the best sponsor. In 2012, I went to France to race, and Mercury Marine, which is the guru of all motor companies, sponsor us to race the 24 hours. And then from 2013 on, they've signed with us. So we are very, very blessed to represent all the dealers, the employees at Mercury Marine, and all of the equipment.
Bay City's always a special place. You've been here before, and you certainly know what to expect from the river.
Yes, well, you know what? We're a little bit underpowered with our low emissions, greener engine than most of these guys. But, you know, we did get 3rd 2 years ago, and we are raring to go.
We are looking forward to seeing the weekend to discover the possibilities. And if all goes well, you know, I wouldn't have any more fun than to interview you on the podium at the end of the weekend.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back as our special continues here on BCTV. It's a special pleasure right now to have Chris Fairchild along with me. And Chris, what a great river with unique challenges.
I've been here almost every year it's been going on. I've won it a few, I've lost it a bunch, and I've wrecked a few. So the Bay City has some of the roughest water we see all year long. With the high water and the fast current this year, it's going to be a good one.
All right, we're going to walk through the boat, so we'll explain from back to front what makes this 62 tick, because it did finish in 2nd place last weekend in Nashville. It was a wonderful weekend of racing for Fairchild Racing.
Yes, it was. We had a few more laps. Maybe we could have done some damage. So here in the pits, the majority of the boats will run a Mercury 2.5 fuel-injected, pure-up race thoroughbred motor. The motor puts out somewhere around 200 or 350 horse. Now the motor, to make the boat fly, the motor's like an aileron on an airplane. We've got trim, which tilts the motor in and out, and then we've got a built-in jack bracket that raises and lowers the motor an inch depending upon how rough the water is. The gear case is a direct drive racing Speedmaster built custom by Mercury, and then props are key. Props are like tires. We got to get the rubber to the road. Props mean everything. We've got about 30 on board. We usually pick between about 3. As we move forward, the hydraulic pump assemblies that control the trim are mounted in the back. Most boats are anywhere in between. We've got a Weldon fuel pump that puts out 56 pounds of fuel pressure. Most of us run a custom fuel cell. The custom fuel cell has a bladder inside to give us a vapor so it doesn't fall on its face. We run Sunoco GTX 260 fuel, which is about a 98 octane pure fuel. In the back, we've got a radio compartment. We run a pair of batteries. One of them runs 12 volt for the basic operating systems, 24 volt hits the start. The boats themselves are some of them are a carbon fiber construction, some of them are a fiberglass construction, and some of them are wood. Up inside is the cockpit. The cockpit has all the controls. I got a push to talk to my crew guy on the beach. All my trim buttons are mounted on my steering wheel. I don't want to pull the steering wheel. It's a closed cockpit, so you close the canopy in on you, and that's how you race.
So you got an idea of what makes the boat tick. The driver in the boat is every bit as important as you have split-second decisions to make. 50 laps of racing for the finale this weekend here. That's been a long time since they've gone 50 here on the Saginaw.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's set in stone because some of the guys here have changed fuel tank sizes to only do 30, so we'll have to see how it goes. As the laps wear on in this race, the river gets more ferocious. The water gets rougher, drivers start to get real nervous, and what separates most of these guys is the experience on the river. There are several of us that have 30 years of experience on this river.
Now you've got probably at least 10 years with an awesome local sponsor here.
I'll tell you what, Kroger came on board with us 12 years ago. This is our 12th year. Having them here has been awesome. They come back with us every year. They help out the race every year, not only me, but the entire operation. And it's phenomenal to have Kroger's with us again this year.
How about the other brains in your operation, the family around you that helps keep this boat moving?
My dad is my crew chief, has been for years. He does some of the repair when I have a bad day. My mom's always here to make sure she gets the ER with me if I need to be there. And I've needed her once or twice. And then, you know, when we're not here, I do most of the mechanics. My wife and my 2 daughters are always here to support me.
I'll tell you what, this right here is as good an ambassador for this sport as I have ever been around in my life. Continued success. This is the highlight of my day, brother.
I'll tell you what, for those of you that have never seen tunnel boat racing before, there is nothing on this earth like it. Nothing turns like it, nothing accelerates like it. It is a one-of-a-kind sport.
Back at our pre-race special, the 30th annual Grand Prix in Bay City, and we've talked to the drivers and we know what's going on. We'd like to kind of get the spouse's opinion. Becky, you've been with Jimmy Merleau for about a year. Talk for a minute about what it's like when you see that boat hit the water.
It's very exciting, that's for sure, but also nerve-wracking. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. Sometimes, you know, the water can be rough and things like that, but I love it.
As he tested his boat this weekend, he was just in the water testing the RPMs on it. You know, you've gotten quite proficient in the racing lingo as well, so you're not just another pretty face that walks around. You're also starting to understand boat racing better,
yeah.
And I see you on the headsets one day soon.
Maybe. I'm not sure about that, but I could probably do it. I would do it for sure. Actually, this is my 5th year boat racing, so at first I wasn't really like part of the crew very much, just kind of like held back and watched everything, watched the races, but then I started doing more and more and more, and then that's when I really fell in love with it. Just being involved in the action and all that, I love it.
Well, you're definitely one of the bright spots every weekend. The Perma Grin, we always look forward to spending a minute with you. Continued
Jeff.
success to Merlot Racing.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have Mike Bacigalupo with us. And Mike, first off, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Talk a little bit about the opportunity that arose to continue this great event.
Well, the River Roar Inc. Had an opportunity to have somebody else manage this event, and it was either going to have the event or it goes away. And so IOGP contacted me and said they would like to come in and manage the event one more time, and they gave us a 5-year contract, and so they're going to actually try to do this for 5 more years and see if River Roar wants to step back in or they take it over completely. IOGP ran this race again back in 2004 through 2008 as well, so they know the area.
Well, in this being a race now that it's in its 30 years, you have to almost hope that it continues, one of the longest standing continuous races in the country.
Yeah, I think between this and the fireworks, they're the longest things that have gone on around Bay City, actually.
Now, when you look at Bay City and what Bay City has become in the last 10 years, you and I grew up in this town. You just got to be wowed with the progress that continues to happen here.
First of all, I have not grown up yet.
Well,
I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I grow up, but I haven't grown up yet.
Beautiful. But
we're
in the extended youth of your life.
Yes, there we go, there we go. Yeah, we're trying to do a lot of different things here with all the concerts and the activities and the movies and everything. So we're making Bay City a great place to be.
Well, it continues to be an awesome place. The boats are ready to go on the water for their testing today. This will end up being a great weekend. We've got a beach party. We've got great entertainment for the weekend. It should be a lot of fun.
Yep, and guess what? The sun's coming out, and that's the best part.
And if I wanted to do a song with you, I'd say we got sun's coming out. I've got cakes on the griddle, but this is no funny riddle. We are at Powerboat Racing here in Bay City for the weekend.
Yes, we are.
Back here at the Grand Prix of Powerboat Racing in Bay City, 30th annual edition, with the boats testing in the background, straightaway speeds of 120 miles an hour, 4.5 G's in the turn. This is the most exciting form of racing in all of the world, Powerboat Racing. We're blessed to have the 30th annual right here in Bay City. If you weren't lucky enough to make it out this year, please plan ahead to make it out next year. Is this an event that once you see, you will never want to miss? And that about puts the wraps on this great weekend of racing here in beautiful Bay City. For BC TV, I'm Jeff Doan.